Forward here for Wallace to sprint onto it. Leads with 3 men in the box. It's cut back and Warhurst is the first man to respond and bring it away safely. Oh, and he's done really well, and he's led the charge out superbly well, and he's found Hurst here. Good chance here for David Hurst. Left foot, scores! And David Hurst sends the Wednesday fans into ecstasy. Put away by Stirland, only as far as Williams, and he's still got 2 men up with him. Here is Sheridan, and here is Hurst, can make it 2! The inside of the upright. And that's how close Wednesday were to sealing the points, I fancy. Chapman's header, here's Wallace and Strachan, and now McAllister arriving. Here's the chance for Hodge, and Steve Hodge sweeps in his first goal for Leeds United, and that may well be good enough to win a point.
The last time Manchester City won their first 3 league games was 9 years ago, and then they went down. Jeff Thomas began and finished the move that gave Palace the lead. Salako, Bright and Ian Wright are causing havoc up front again with their pace. Tony Coton couldn't gather the cross, and Thomas finished off the head tennis. Palace first chance of the game, 1-up. It was a scrappy, bad-tempered first half, and City couldn't cope with a Palace blanket 5 at the back. Suddenly Mark Brennan twisted free from Richard Shaw, and City had a penalty. A bit of push and shove, a little tug of the shirt. Brennan got up and whacked it straight down the middle. Brennan's taken his time to settle in at City. Now he's in the side and he's taking his chance. It was Howard Kendall who brought him from Middlesbrough, praising his Sheedy-like left foot. Brennan served up a teasing centre that Marty didn't fancy, and David White did. White's 3rd goal in 3 games. No doubting that one crossed the line. Second half, and City centre-half Steve Redmond was injured. Palace scrapping in typical fashion to get on level terms. Salako's simple cross, Bright's simple header, Redmond simply struggling. With minutes left, David White did it again. Richard Shaw did it again too, adjudged to have fouled the City striker. Brennan went down the middle with the first one, decided to hook it right for the second. City 3 out of 3, top dogs.
So playing it in once more. Dickens, the former West Ham player, retrieving it in the midfield. Clark playing it forward. Wilson on the break now for Chelsea. Crossed in there. Dixon! And it's over the line! Kerry Dixon for Chelsea. Naeem's cross. Lineker again trying to get away from Johnson, and did well to chest it down for Deary. And here come Chelsea again. Lasso playing an early ball. Wilson's onside. It's a terrific goal for Chelsea. Look at the delight on those Chelsea fans' faces, and on the face of the scorer as well, Kevin Wilson. But met firmly by Elliott. Up goes Dixon, and away goes Townsend. A chance for number 3 now for Tottenham for Chelsea. 3-0, Andy Townsend. And once again the Tottenham defence ripped apart. First competitive game that Spurs have played here since they won the Cup at Wembley. Here's Lineker. Here's a chance now for them to get back into the game, and the ice-cool finishing of Gary Lineker has given Spurs something of a chance now.
It was stalemate at Villa Park until 5 minutes before half-time, when Nigel Winterburn was adjudged to have brought down Tony Daly. Steve Staunton's perfectly placed penalty put Villa ahead. the lead didn't last long. Anders Limpar's cross headed in by Alan Smith. Arsenal's defence, usually so miserly, is proving over-generous this season. They gave Gary Penrice too much room to make it 2-1 to Villa. Tony Daly was given the same luxury 15 minutes from time. A marvellous right-foot shot.
But still a problem or two for the Manchester United defence. Sheedy's corner. Oh, and Steve Bruce almost ran the ball into his own goal. Steve Bruce came within a whisker there of turning the ball into his own goal. Schmeichel impeded, in fact, by Mark Hughes jumping in front of him, but Bruce just got it away. Mark Ward in towards Martin Keown. Awkward. Schmeichel made a punch. Ebrel hit his own player, I think. Out as far as Ward. Got past Robson. Watson still there, too long for him. Vashika, brilliant save. Steve Bruce on the end of the wall. It's Clayton Blackmore, beaten away by Neville Southall, his Welsh international colleague. Beardsley, first touch for Newell. Now what can he add to the game? A useful cross for Kevin Sheedy, good save by Schmeichel.
Tanner with the throw for Liverpool. Houghton into McManaman. Tanner now with a bit of room if he wants to cross it. Changes it, and almost an error, but they've got so many players up as Burrow shoots and hits the rigging. What a great shot from way, way out. And a let-off for Luton. Marsh in there supporting. McManaman trying to receive from Houghton. Nice play immediately from Liverpool here as McMahon gets forward and Saunders puts it over the top. Incredible. McDonough, Kingsley Black, and that looked like a foul. Steve McMahon very quick in there to stop it. Steve McMahon was stupid there. Philip Gray wasn't so clever to go down when armed, but McMahon put the arm on him. There was a little bit of pushing, but the swing of the arm was from McMahon, and I'm afraid he's paid the price. That was totally unnecessary. Now you'll probably notice that there's a bit of an arm there, but the fall by Gray is a bit over dramatic, but quite definitely the arm came out from McMahon very unnecessarily after some pushing, and he's gone. Bruce Grobbelaar powers it away. Ronnie Rosenthal chases it. Rosenthal's in there! And it's in! No, it's cleared off along by Graham Rodgers. Steve McManaman's got to score, and it's blocked by Dave Beaumont, and Luton Town survive.
The First Division's lowest crowd of the day was at Loftus Road, where fewer than 9,500 fans saw visitors Coventry take the lead in the opening minute of the second half. Mickey Ginn's finish from Robert Rosario's pass. Coventry's defence, now minus Trevor Peake, sold to Luton, managed to hold off QPR until midway through the second half, when they left Roy Wegerle unattended. If you're going to lob Steve Ogrizovic, you need plenty of height on the ball. Wegerle found just enough pace too to defeat the Coventry defenders racing back.
Did well though, Jemson. Clough got men clear on the right here. One of them is Keane, and four in the middle for the cross, which comes to Crosby. It's gone in. It's crept over the line, but they all count. The cheekiest headed goal I think you'll see this season from a man who knows about cheeky goals, Gary Crosby. Johnson. He drives it in dangerously again, but Tyler with another clearance. Then Turner. Tyler there again. Still the pressure on the Forest goal, but Keane relieves it with that clearance.
And then the first time ball by Jemson. Crosby has kept it in, and now Gary Charles in support, and suddenly Forest have got 4 men going forward. It comes to Charles. It's a splendid second goal by Nottingham Forest. Gary Charles scores for the first time ever in the First Division, and Nottingham Forest show their quality. That's a good ball, and Keane is onside. Sheringham's in the middle. What a way to open his account for Nottingham Forest. He will not get an easier chance than that if he stays at the City Ground another 10 years. Keane finding Sheringham. That's a good layup to Jemson and back again to Keane. Excellent football, and Nottingham Forest looking to clear again. What a brilliant finish by Keane. It's 4-0.
Good afternoon, Sellers Park Stadium.
Well, apparently moving into a new home can be one of the most traumatic days of your life. Nobody, it seems, told the Wimbledon managing director Sam Hammam. A new season ushered in a new ground and a fresh start, and even before a ball has been kicked, Selhurst Park is already home sweet home. Special trains will run from Plough Lane. Some supporters will need more than that, though, to be convinced they've made the right move. Wimbledon have signed a 7-year option to share Selhurst. The worry is that the short-term tenancy will turn itself into a long-term partnership. Well, 10,000 turned up for the first match, and with half of those from West Ham, atmosphere wasn't a problem, even if finesse and style were in short supply. Direct would sum up the early exchanges, with Lulet Mikloshko and Hans Sager's busy men. The one exception to the early hustle and bustle was a player who'd never pulled on a Wimbledon shirt at Plough Lane. Robbie Earle reacting quickest to a mistake by Tim Breaker. His finish marked his and Wimbledon's home debut in style. It was Sagers who set up the second. John Fashanu left Mikloshko clutching thin air. The rest was a formality. But when the two clashed again 3 minutes later, there was a rather different outcome. Fashanu looked a little late. And while Billy Bonds was worrying about his keeper, Fashanu, who'd already been booked, was getting his marching orders. The 10-men Wimbledon held on without too many problems for a nice enough housewarming, despite Fashanu's sending off.
Can he get past his man? He can. Back to the byline. Sharp. Won't get there. Here's Milligan. Squares it across. Marshall. Great goal! Ian Marshall. So another chance for Crook to take it, and he does, and that's in. Ian Crook. Snowden floats it forward. Great touch, Sharp. Barrett! 2-1. Here's David Phillips. Now then, he's got a bit of space to find a cross. He does do. Fleck. Can he get his shot in? Oh, it'll break for Newman, and Newman levels it up. 2-2.
No Brian Deane for Sheffield United, and not much luck against Southampton either. Alan Shearer bounced in an opener right on half-time, but Paul Rideout swung and missed in what appeared to be an offside position. The visitors, who'd lost their opening 2 matches, grateful for the break. Dave Bassett could have no arguments about the second goal though, except regarding the ease with which his team were pulled apart. Southampton took advantage of the space they were allowed to construct a lovely move, Shearer and Barry Horn combining to set Jason Dodd free down the right. Matt Le Tissier, who'd been involved earlier in the build-up, provided an emphatic finish. Sheffield United remain winless.